I have seen some problem collectors. Very few of them want the help they so desperately need, but David does. As part of his move into his new place, David is looking to uncollect years of accumulated retro gaming gear, which means this is our last chance to shame him. I mean, check out all of his cool goodies, and there are some very cool goodies in here, alongside some most puzzling choices. This seems like a useful size TV. If only there was some way to play these games in a browser, for nothing. I have a lot more questions, but before we get to them, it's Get Help O'Clock, and by the end of this video, I'm going to help David auction this entire collection. So stay tuned for more details on how you can be the proud owner of some of this.
It's good!
Just like you can be the proud owner of this segue to our sponsor. War Thunder. It'd be pretty cool to fly a jet or drive a tank. And War Thunder's gameplay is about as close as you can get from the comfort of your own home. So don't wait, play for free using our link in the video description. Oh my goodness, I kind of caught a glimpse of the corner over there and I was like, oh, that's not that bad. And then I didn't realize that all of this is part of it too.
Yes.
Some of this stuff doesn't even make sense. Intellivision 2 is not your childhood, neither is the Atari 78. Oh my God, it's the other side too. You told me this side was other stuff, but you meant only this.
I need help.
Why do you have so many receivers?
Well, I need
okay, it's only 2, I guess, but...
You never know what odd situation you'll get yourself into with retro video stuff, and I want to be covered in every single base.
But you can only play one PlayStation 3 at a time.
I can't even play a single one, they're all broken.
This shelf says works.
Oh, I moved stuff around.
Oh my God. This shelf has its own issues with working or not working.
It's an insurance scam, don't worry about it. This wall is the stuff that I've chosen to get rid of, but inside of these boxes are all the things that I'm actually planning on keeping, unless Linus can convince me otherwise.
What do you need all of this for?
Well, I mean, like, this is like a Super Nintendo box. Do I want to get rid of box Super Nintendo games?
But you don't need it. This is worth like 300 Canadian dollars. For what? Emulation of this game is perfect.
Yeah, I also own like 6 other copies on different consoles. But like, it's a Super Nintendo box copy. It's pretty cool.
You're never going to play NBA Jam again.
That's not true, actually. I might play NBA Jam.
You're definitely not going to play Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
It actually... no.
Pilot Wings, on the other hand, though.
Why would I play Pilot Wings if I'm not going to play NBA Jam?
What?
NBA Jam's so much better than Pilot Wings.
Are you kidding me? Pilot Wings is my childhood.
The most valuable game I own is in this box. There you go. Now you're getting... This is a little valuable. It's fine.
They're all in the protective things. I'm gonna say King of Fighters 99.
No, that one is not. It's Garu Mark of the Wolves. This one is like 550, 600 Canadian.
Why?
Neo Geo stuff's really uncommon. There's both the arcade stuff, the MVS stuff, and the home stuff, and neither sold particularly well when you look at like collector numbers. There's a huge rarity to these, and this is Fatal Fury 4 essentially. So it's part of a franchise that people love, and it's like the best one, and this is kind of the only way to play it.
Got it. Do you have
I have a couple. Option 1, option 2. This is a slicker all-in-one consoleized version of an arcade board that I made. So you buy a kit and then you take a board out of an arcade and convert it. And then I have literally just the arcade board and a super gun that slides into the JAMA slot. And then you get video out and controller slots.
There is far too much stuff on the keep side.
I don't think so.
Both of these are on the keep side.
Okay, so...
David, how many Neo Geos can one man play at a time?
2.
No.
Well, I have friends.
Okay, how much of this stuff are you looking to get rid of?
I'm ready to get rid of pretty much all of it.
Then why is it that when I walked in earlier, you had the garage divided down the middle between things that you are planning to get rid of and the much larger pile of things that you're planning to keep?
When I wrote the script, I was planning on lying and hiding a bunch of stuff from you. But I came around to my good senses, and I need your help to get rid of it all.
Why don't we start with everything that you had already resolved to get rid of? Let's go over here. Like this, for example, is something that I could actually see you justifying to yourself. This is a scope, but for Sega?
Yeah, it's basically their light gun version for the Genesis. It's like modular, which is kind of cool.
For Nintendo Wii?
I actually got these, one of my free pickups.
Oh my god, there's 3 of them!
The Wii ones are actually highly desirable for PC modding because you can use them in Clone Hero. So they're actually very useful, but I don't know if I have the motivation anymore to mod them to Clone Hero them.
So are these in the pile?
Yeah, those are all in the pile. I might keep one. Next up, we could do something that I'm actually unsure about, which is all my analog consoles. So I am a big fan of these analog FPGA consoles. I have the Genesis one, the Super Nintendo one, the TurboGrafx one, and I also have the Pocket. And I love them, and I love being able to put the cartridges in and use them, and it's all super easy. But if I'm going Mr.
You don't need them.
Bye.
Okay, no, they're in the right place then. Don't take them back over there. Tell me about this one.
There's actually not much modding to that one. It's been soft modded and I just replaced the shell. Like most of the stuff that I do when I mod it, there's probably like a missing part. I think there's missing something, but it works.
How many Wiis did you keep?
0.
Really?
I'm going full emulation with Wii. We're going Dolphin, baby.
Wow. So do you have your Wiimotes working on PC and everything?
I tried. I got third-party Wiimotes from AliExpress that don't really play nice with PC, so that's something I still need to figure out.
Got it. What, you have all this stuff and you don't have any first-party Wii remotes?
I have like one. People don't give away Wiimotes, they give away Wiis.
Okay, we've got a PSP.
3DS, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy SP,
OG
Wonder
Game Boy.
Swan, more Game Boy Advance. I think there's like 9 or 10 Game Boys. Maybe not quite.
And all of them are probably the worst way to experience the games for these platforms.
I think this one has been modded. It has the IPS screen. And so that's actually a pretty sweet way to play Game Boy Advance games. Do you want to turn it on?
Sure.
What do you want to play?
Oh, David. I'll play Rugrats.
Okay. Oh, don't do that.
Why is it in the keep pile?
This is not the keep pile. That actually is just, I was gonna get clear containers so it was easier to show off.
Do 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 do. I don't even know if this works, David. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. 1999, Viacom International Inc., licensed by Nintendo.
Backlit screen. Can't even see what's on this screen.
Yeah, this actually looks pretty darn good. I never had a Game Boy Advance.
Really?
Yeah.
You want one?
Nope. Really, Switch doesn't make the cut.
There's another Switch in there somewhere that is making the cut. This one's a V1, so it's modded.
And a modded V1 doesn't make the cut. You'd rather have the OLED?
I'd rather have a PC capable of playing Switch games.
So then why are you keeping a Switch?
It's not mine, it's my kids.
You must have spent an absolute fortune on this.
If I look at my price charting collection, just the retro stuff is worth about 32 grand Canadian. And I'm pretty good at recording what I've spent. And I've spent about 7 grand. So I did pretty good in terms of value to what I have, but
you have so much stuff. If you're not realizing that value, it's an unrealized game.
It's nothing. So this is stuff that I don't have any particular attachment to. I have Xbox games and lots of PS2 games that I'm keeping.
Why do you even own this?
I bought a lot of stuff with the intent of making content about it. I never got around to it. I'm just not focused enough. But I was gonna be like, let's find the worst games ever. So I think there's a bunch of Pixar games somewhere. And I was gonna be like, I'm gonna do a roundup of all the worst Pixar games.
There is so much here we can't hope to fit in the YouTube cut. So if you wanna see the extras, lmg.gg/floatplane. We're gonna have it linked down below. This I'm a little bit interested in. You have a Japanese Final Fantasy Tactics. This has got to be worth something.
Yeah, they're worth less than North American copies, but they're still worth something.
Really? Why is that?
RPGs were a lot more popular in Japan around this time, and so there's just more copies available.
This is such a good game, though. Today, play it. Go play it today.
Genuinely good.
How the bloody many copies of Dragon Quest VII do you have?
I would buy big lots of games from Japan, so I'd get these boxes of like 100 games or whatever, and I would kind of sort through them and donate or sell the rest, with the idea of getting games that I couldn't really afford North American copies, like Klonoa Door to the Phantom Isle. It's like a $150, $200 game, and I want it, but I don't want it that bad, but in Japan, it's like 15 bucks. It looks weird on your shelf not having everything match, so like I've got to get a whole Japanese shelf. And so that became a whole thing.
No, that is not logic.
None of this is logic.
Enough looking at the shelf of things he already recognizes that he needs to get rid of. The point of helping someone is not to kick them while they're down. The point of helping them is to help them. And I think we need to go over to the other side of the things he thinks he's keeping.
So this is my PC stuff. Old Bluetooth, 8-bit DOS stuff.
Okay, Genesis, SNES.
Transparent 360 controller.
Yeah, and you've got to have at least one 360 controller. Is this the only one?
That's the only one staying.
I have to say I'm surprised you don't have more Xbox One and Xbox Series controllers though.
I don't have an Xbox console. I haven't owned one since the 360 days.
But they're so great for PC. It's just plug and play.
I like my 8-bit DOS one.
Okay, this seems pretty reasonable. This is a lot of PlayStation controllers.
I use those for PC too.
DualShock 3.
That's a PS1 controller.
DualShock 4. How many DualShock 4s do you have?
I used to
Hold
live
on
with...
a second, David. You're up to 6, brother. 7. 8. Okay.
I used to have multiple PS4s and multiple roommates. And so we would like need all the...
9.
Also, DualShock 4 is actually a great all-arounder controller. You can connect it to your Mister, you can connect it to your PC. It's got a good D-pad, and so this is like my go-to, I can play anything controller.
David,
Yeah.
you used to live with a bunch of roommates. You used to have a bunch of PlayStation 4s.
I used to have friends.
I demand you get rid of 5 of them.
I gotta get rid of 5 or 4.
You can keep 1 spare. I'm surprised at how easy that was. You really have changed.
I'm ready to make a change in my life.
Wait, how many memory cards do you need though?
Well, not all some of those are just wireless dongles for the thingies. Look, I gotta show you the bin of PlayStation controllers I'm getting rid of. Then you'll understand why this is such a success.
Okay, let's have a look. Good gravy, brother.
I think there's like 8 PS2 controllers in there, like 5 or 6 PS1 ones, and like several PS3s. It's terrible.
We made a video about this.
You included it in a video about fixing your controllers, and then you were like, yeah, sometimes it's not worth actually fixing it, and this is a good idea.
Is this just PlayStation?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You want to see the
David.
Xbox one?
That's kind of
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
I resolved that I was not buying anything from him before I came in here. I had to tell myself that before I even saw anything because
It's probably wise.
I think you know that I would be tempted. Like, I'm so tempted right now. Like, I have some drift issues with my wireless Xbox 360
I'll keep it aside.
controllers.
I'll keep it aside for later.
Oh, this one's so cool too, though.
Yeah. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I kneeled right on that screw. Wicka, wicka, wicka. Oh my god. Okay, how much for a SNES controller?
For you?
Yeah, I need one.
I don't know, like $10?
Well, no, I'll pay a fair price.
I feel like $10 is fine.
I have no idea what they're worth.
I think they're like $20.
I'll take this one.
Okay.
I like your LTT cable tie, definitely not stolen from work. Damn it, I bought one thing. Just,
The dam is broken.
I lent Luke one of mine because he's finally playing Final Fantasy 3. I've been badgering him, or 6, but 3 for SNES. I've been badgering him for years to play it, and I was like, play it with a SNES controller. So I lent him one of my SNES controllers and my USB adapter.
Yep.
It's Luke, so I'm probably never getting it back. So
Luke owes me $10.
yeah,
for this.
basically.
What do you think? Super Nintendo multi-tap, should I keep it?
No, there's like 4 games.
Yeah, but there's 4 games.
Yeah, but you could play them on an emulator. I mean, that's part of this whole thing is you're trying to simplify everything down to the things that you actually need in order to enjoy the games that you're going to actually play.
That's true.
So hold on a second. With that in mind, are we not cutting deep enough? Wait, how did this end up over here?
I have no idea.
David!
You want it?
No, this goes back in the bin. I feel like we haven't done enough of this up until now. This is like, you're supposed to actually not just be recouping money for the new place.
You're right.
You're supposed to be saving space and making the new space one that can be enjoyed not just by you and sweaty, weird retro nerds, but also like by the kid and the SO and guests and stuff, you know, like adulting.
Okay. Keeping a PS2.
Okay, devil's advocate. You've seen what's happened with PS2 emulation in the last week. It's basically perfect now. Why wouldn't you keep something that actually has a practical purpose for when you need to play a game with perfect fidelity? You do not need this.
But emulation is so good that I don't need any of this.
Okay, great.
But I want it. I want it so bad.
Dude, you have even more Dreamcast control. You don't need to keep a bunch of Dreamcast controllers.
What are you talking about? Those are the ones that I'm like, I have to keep.
How many?
4.
Why?
Power Stone 2.
When's the last time you played Power Stone 2?
2 years ago.
And when was the time before that?
Never.
No.
No Dreamcast controllers?
2.
What about 2 original ones that are cool and 2 modern ones that are also great?
You don't need them. Can't you play Dreamcast games on an emulator with a different controller?
You can.
Dude, the layout's not even like uniquely anything. You could get any number of different controllers and experience this layout.
Like a DualShock 4? I need more. Bring them back.
You have enough DualShock 4s. Are you keeping a Dreamcast?
I was planning on keeping one Dreamcast.
I think you should ditch the Dreamcast. What are you gonna play with loading times?
No, it has an SD card reader.
David, that's 2 Dreamcasts.
Yeah, but one has an optical drive.
So get rid of that one.
Fine. And this one. So it has a GDMU, so you can play games from an SD card. That's awesome. It's pretty awesome. I think we should limit the amount of consoles I'm allowed to keep to 5. I have like 50, Linus.
Okay.
That's 10%.
I'll tell you what, 5 including your Mister.
So that's 4? Fine, 4 including the Mister.
Okay. and-
Dreamcast would be one of those.
Okay, and the SD card one.
Yeah. For
Okay.
sure.
Pick 3 more.
Can kill me. Sega Saturn emulation is actually pretty mid. It's never been that popular, and so no one's really bothered to go all the way out. This one's also modded with an SD card.
Okay.
This is a very good console, and I actually use it a fair bit.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
No more.
Just 2. But I like them. Oh my god. You're right. I have to. No, I can't.
What are you gonna do with an OG Xbox?
Look at it.
Nothing.
I don't know. But I won't be able to do it if it's gone.
What are you gonna do with a Panasonic 3DO interactive multiplayer reel?
Probably nothing.
Yeah, you're not gonna play a 3DO game, dude.
But I'll play PS2.
Yeah, but you're gonna play it on an FPGA or on a PC. You're not gonna play it on that. You're gonna use upscaling and upgraded textures. The experience is actually better.
You're right.
It's better.
But it hurts. The PS2 is my favorite.
Well, then it can be one of your 4. Just recognize you're not going to use it.
I need the money. Okay, it's gone. It's gone.
I'm actually very proud of him. He's getting into the market. He's worked very hard to save up. Well, hey, at least, you know what? No, to his credit though, he's been a relatively responsible collector, buying low, eventually selling high, and my understanding is this is a big part of the down payment.
Oh, I've already, the down payment's already separate. This
Yes,
is for
but-
fixing the house up. So
sorry.
I bought a place that needs repairs and
Yes.
needs a lot of work. This money is going towards getting the house to a livable state.
But this was a part of enabling.
100%.
the purchase.
1,000,000%. I
Yeah.
would not have been able to do it without all of this.
Then we need to dig deep. So we can keep the Saturn because emulation's not in a good state. Everything else here, emulation is fine. Remember, it's about what it's about. If you're a collector and the purpose is having a collection, then that's one thing. But if you're a gamer, and David's a gamer, and the idea is to play the games when you want to play them, then we've got to keep the objective in mind, which is get the house fixed up
Yes.
and game.
I love
We
games.
don't need these things for that. However, what I would say is that a game corner could absolutely have some games, especially ones that are very meaningful to you, as part of the decor, even if you fully understand the point is not to play them.
That's fair.
So with that in mind, dude,
That one I don't think has any games in it.
okay.
That one's just records.
I was gonna say this.
Wait, no records. There's not very many records. Oh god, there is some stuff.
Oh
in
my
there.
God, David. It can go.
I genuinely don't know how that got in there.
That's not mine, baby. That's not my bag, baby. Why do you need it?
Is that?
You don't need it. You know I'm right.
I don't know.
You know what? Sure, I'll allow it. This is a very cool Lion King statue.
It's just yeah. I just got it. I wanted to try it.
I think if you can work this into the decor, that's probably fine.
Okay.
You'll notice I didn't tell him to get rid of all the guitars, for example. There are video game experiences that are not easily replicated with a generic, 8-bit DOE controller. But I expect to see that in the final setup as part of a tastefully decorated corner. Man, see, I started out not wanting to be too bossy and stuff, but I realized you can't intervention unless you get a little bit bossy.
How many consoles am I allowed to keep?
You've got 2 plus the Mister. You wanted to keep your Neo Geo, right?
I want to keep this Neo Geo.
Okay, so you're keeping the PS2. He took the damn PS2 while I wasn't looking. You don't need that.
But I want.
Okay, you know what?
I'm putting it here for now until I find something to replace it.
Tasteful decor?
Yeah.
Because you've kind of got a thing going on with your transparent modded consoles.
That's kind of the idea. That's sort of what prioritized the consoles I was keeping, is if they look good.
Okay, fine. That's 4 though, you don't get any more. You have to sub one out if you take anything else.
I think that's fair.
Why is this PS3 buried in blankets?
Get rid of it. No. No.
It's not even the cool, fat, backwards compatible one.
You're not wrong.
PS3, I could kind of see, because PS3 emulation is still not perfect.
It's pretty good though.
It's pretty good. I would keep this over the PS2 though, that's for sure. Once you've set it on camera, you're committed though.
You're right, because this is going to be like what the lot is.
So you can't say, oh yeah, something's going to be available. Guys, you are going to get a chance to take a crack at this stuff. David's going to be putting it up as soon as this video is up. So you can't bamboozle them. And when we come look at the finished corner, you can't hide stuff. The integrity of the house cleaning we're doing has to be maintained.
Hold it out.
Wow, you swear on...
I swear I won't bamboozle or hide anything.
On Chrono Trigger. That's a serious gamer pledge. Is this pretty much it for the games that you had planned to keep the... Oh my gosh. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. Guys, this is not hamming it up for the camera. That is a look of actual concern. Consternation, I think is probably the word I'm looking for. I'll tell you what. For every modern console, no questions asked, keep whatever. For every retro console, I want you down to 10 games.
What if I say 0 on some consoles? Can I take that 10 and move it to a different console?
No.
I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it.
David, the point of this is what can be tastefully displayed on essentially a console unit or a shelf. How about this? For every entire console you eliminate, you can have 5 more games.
This is the worst day of my life.
It comes from a place of love, David.
Probably keep. Mario Strikers. Probably keep.
I think we should start with the not keep, David.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, no, but that's only 60 FPS version. Soul Calibur 2. Bye. I did it. We're done,
Really?
right? GameCube was easy. There's only 8 games to get rid of.
Yeah. PS3 is going to be a little bit harder.
There's so many games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
You can trade a whole console. Do you want to trade away Genesis?
No!
Okay. I'm not counting anything as a console that you have less than 5 games for, though. If you have 1 game of something, that does not count. I said it was a 2-to-1 trade. I'm letting you get away with 1-to-1.
Okay, I don't need 2 copies of the Puppeteer.
What did you? We're gonna keep two copies of it?
Yeah.
How is this paring down?
One is sealed, and the other one I played.
No, you can keep a sealed one and play an emulated one.
I know, you're right.
That's
now
fine.
that I'm doing that makes more sense.
Oh my goodness. This is really cool too, because it really gives people some insight into what games are important to you and what games they're gonna have a shot at in the auction. All right. I'm so sorry, David. This one's gonna be hard. PlayStation 1.
Some easy ones that I know I have to keep, like Symphony of the Night. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh my God.
Well, I have 7 that are like not negotiables that I have to keep.
I feel really bad. He's not putting it on for the camera. He's genuinely struggling with this right now. But having gone through a big move recently and seeing how much better it is to declutter my life as part of that process, I think it's the right thing. And if this wasn't what he really wanted, he didn't have to ask me to come here and make him make these hard choices. But he did.
The video I pitched was very different than this one. So surprisingly, didn't keep any Final Fantasies, even though the PS1 has pretty much everything up until 9.
9, so good. 7, overrated. Didn't keep Final Fantasy Tactics.
The copy I have is like a half, like the case isn't legit, so I don't feel too bad about getting rid of it.
Okay. But the disc is real?
The disc is real. You want it?
No, baby! You know what? How about this, David?
Okay.
To take some of the sting out of it, I'm gonna give up my vow, but I will pay you double market value for anything I buy.
Price charting is market value?
Sure. I'm gonna buy Tactics. I'll buy that SNES controller so far. I've played Tactics so many times, and confession time, I've never owned a legit copy. I've been meaning to have one because I played through it 4 times.
$20. Just for the disc.
Okay.
Because the case isn't really worth much because it doesn't have the instruction manual.
So 40.
Oh yeah, you're doing double! Oh yeah!
So anything you can sell me.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
So 40. Oh sheesh, okay.
Okay, so I'm doubling that SNES controller. So
Okay.
I'm saying another 50. I'm adding that to the list.
I'm starting to like this.
Let's do an easy one. Dreamcast. Easy. Well, easy in terms of the sheer number that you're gonna have to get rid of.
Okay. Crazy pitch. I sacrificed the Dreamcast for 5 more of something else.
What, you're gonna sacrifice the Dreamcast?
I'm not gonna play Toy Commander. Quake 3, it's kind of fun to play with the terrible control scheme.
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure, there's way better ways to play it. This is just a repro.
Do you really need Crazy Taxi?
I do like these games. I want to keep those.
But remember, you kept a Dreamcast, so you're gonna have to take a bit of a position then on playing games you didn't keep physical copies for.
Oh,
Knowing, of course, that Sega's not gonna make $1 from any of this anyway.
Well, and they're re-releasing several of these games or remaking some of these games, and I am gonna buy those. Like the new Crazy Taxi, you can bet your ass I'm gonna be buying that.
Okay. Look, I've never said that piracy is something you can't do. What I've said is you need to find your own personal guiding star for it.
For now, I'm not keeping any Dreamcast games.
Okay, so you've got 5 credits in the bank. It's time to look at the Sega Saturn.
You break it, you buy it.
Well, I guess that works out for you because it's double the price if I buy anything.
Don't break Sega Saturn stuff. You won't like the double price on Sega Saturn. Some of these are like just cases. If I actually had this game, it'd be like $1,500. So I don't have it. Oh, Mr. Bones is so cool.
It's time for a really hard one. Here comes PS2.
PS2's impossible. Have you seen how many fucking PS2 games there are?
The stress is getting real. I'm so sorry, David.
How am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh.
This is the last of the PS2 games. Where's the pile to be sorted still?
This has all been sorted.
Don't forget, you've given up Dreamcast so far. You could use your extra 5 on PS2.
It's weird. Once I've kind of like started culling, I realize that I don't need them.
Most of them don't actually mean that much, do they?
No.
Parappa the Rapper 2 makes the cut.
Banger. One of my favorite all-time games.
Crack the egg into the bowl.
Yeah. Crack the egg into the bowl.
We're gonna bake us a cake like we never moved.
Oh, there's more. There's more.
Oh my God. Oh, we were about to do the after shot and we found another pile of PS2. Okay, well here,
Maybe Monster Rancher, and you know what? I have a good swap.
the only question with Xbox and Xbox 360 is if you want to forego them completely.
No, I can't. That's Jennifer Hale that signed that. At 360, I'm keeping mostly so that I can emulate these, because I want to like make my own little remaster of Lost Odyssey. But I don't really need GoldenEye.
Sega Genesis Mega Drive. Yeah, there's more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, it's time for a really hard one.
I might use my 10 credits, 5 credits.
I believe you have 10.
Keep.
Ooh.
Keep. I could get rid of this. This is a repro. This is also a repro. 14, 15. I actually still have 5 credits somewhere if I want to recover some.
How dare you disrespect Pilot Wings like that? This is my childhood, David.
How much do you want it for?
I don't want it. You did a good job on this. That's cash money.
I can't look at it.
I don't think we're done yet.
What are we left?
Oh no! Do you have any credit left for SNES?
I have 5.
I have your Chrono Trigger here, brother.
I have 5. That's obviously coming.
Okay, I'm not even good. That's not negotiable.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. What else are we looking at here?
Okay, so this is...
Yeah, it's a drone.
Or a gimbal. Yeah, none of this stuff's super
There's a
interesting.
lot of cables here, but I feel like that's something that you can go through and purge once you're done setting up and you realize you don't need all of these cables and they can go. We did pretty well today.
Yeah, you can say that.
I'm impressed both by how much you had decided on your own to get rid of before I got here and how much more you managed to add to the pile once we went through it together. There's definitely some stuff in here that's super cool, and there are collectors out there that are going to be extremely lucky to get their hands on them. Like, what are these PS2s? Are those dev kits?
They're PSXs, so they're Japan-only DVR PS2s. They're very rare. They're very sought after because they don't usually work. These ones all turn on and the hard drives work. The lasers are kind of going in all three of them, but they're still very sought after, especially the ones in a box.
Super cool.
Yeah.
So look forward to seeing this stuff at the auction, so you can help fund David's move into his new place.
Yeah! New place.
I'm sorry, David.
And I'm sorry to tell you about our sponsor.
War Thunder. With War Thunder, you can blow a tank to smithereens. A digital one, of course. War Thunder has immersive player versus player combat with an emphasis on the realistic details of their over 2,000 vehicles, to the point where every single vehicle is modeled after its real-world counterpart. You can pilot some of the most famous tanks, planes, and ships from the World War II era, all the way up to war machines used today. And if the gameplay seems a little too intimidating, War Thunder has some game modes to make starting as a newcomer a lot smoother. There's built-in tools like the damage X-ray view that will help you strategize after each round, and you can see how and where you damaged enemy vehicles to give you a better plan for the next game. War Thunder is available on PC, Mac, PlayStation, and Xbox, and you can start playing for free right now alongside over 70 million other players. Just click our link in the description to get started today.
And I'm sorry the fun is over until part 2, when we check out David's new gaming setup. This is gonna be so different because unlike AMD Ultimate Tech Upgrade or Setup Doctor, David doesn't have a budget from LMG. He's just getting some resources to help him make the space super cool. So help him out. We're gonna have his listings linked down below by the time this video goes up.
Yeah. I'll have that figured out. And I'll have gotten over this, and I'll be better, and I'll be strong again.
Yeah, you'll be completely over it.